The first round of the expanded college football playoff officially in the books, and unfortunately, it was a bit of a dud. Heavy chalk. All home teams or higher seeds won, and the margin of victory was almost 20 points in all 4 games, with the only lead change coming in the Clemson-Texas game. Ton of attention was on Ryan Day and Ohio State heading into the weekend. But during their win against Tennessee, Kirk Herbstreit shared his thoughts on Ryan Day potentially being on the hot seat. Take a listen.
When you hear pundits on this network and other places talk about that with certainty, it's nonsense, frankly. I mean, the public doesn't pull the trigger and get rid of the coach.
No.
The administrators do, and they're behind them.
Yeah. First Take tried to fire him. They thought he was done. So I'll be excited to see what they talk about on Monday after this performance. They had him out. They're trying to find replacements. But here he is. There he is. He's still got his hat on. He's still coaching.
Yes, he is still coaching, and yes, Ohio State looked fantastic.
Shannon, step aside, Shannon.
Against Tennessee.
Step aside,
I'll
Shannon.
let you respond.
Step aside, Shannon and Dio. Let me get. I need an ISO shot. Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit, outstanding, dynamic duo. It's an honor and a privilege to call them my colleagues. That we work here at the same network. All right. And I say this in fun to both of them. Stop it. Chris Fowler, it's ridiculous. No, it's not. Kirk Herbstreit, First Take, got to get him fired. That is not true. I did. Not First Take. That was me, Stephen A. I'm going to own that. And what did I say specifically, Kirk Herbstreit? Because you got to quote me accurately, my brother. I watch you on College Football Game Day. I don't misquote you. Don't misquote me. What I said was, this man, Ryan Day, if he doesn't get a national championship, he should go. Even with a 66-10 record, I didn't stutter one bit. I ain't stuttering now. You get the job at The Ohio State, which you know, Kirk Herbstreit. You got to beat Michigan. This man has lost 4 years in a row. 3 straight to Jim Harbaugh, and then to Sharon Moore. Okay? And then not only do you lose 4 straight to Michigan, you get to the college football playoffs, and you get bounced out by Tennessee. That's what I was saying. You can't lose Tennessee now. You got to go handle your business. To their credit, they blew them out. They beat Tennessee like they stole something, okay? Major props to you. But in the end, what it comes down to is this. You're Ryan Day. The job is twofold, Shannon. Dio, correct me if I'm wrong. Beat Michigan and make sure you're the national championship picture. You got $20 million payroll with NIL. You had 11 dudes that were NFL caliber that returned to the squad for this season. You didn't even win a Big Ten. And then you get bounced out early in the college football playoffs. Had that happened, you damn right I would have been on national television. Right before Christmas, Ryan Day got to go. But he handled his business. Now what you going to do against Oregon? What you going to do against Oregon? We going to find out. But Mr. Fowler, Mr. Herbstreit, love you guys. Appreciate y'all. Y'all do a great, great job. You know I love you, Kirk. You know that. But you got to quote me accurately. I stated, Ryan Day, if you don't win the national, you ain't right there in that Final Four, competed for the national championship. After that, and 4 straight losses to Michigan, we could get somebody at Ohio State to do that. Lose 4 straight to Michigan? Don't be in the national championship picture with a $20 million roster and 20 NFL caliber players returning to the squad? We can get somebody to do that.
I hope you wrap your own gifts, because you know how to tie a bow on
Come on
things.
now.
I will tell you.
Take it over.
All right, go ahead, Shannon.
Stephen, I'm going to let it slide. I'm going to be a good teammate. I'm going to let it slide. Everybody's at ESPN, because had you not taken the route you taken, I would have lit their ass up. But I'm going to let it slide. You know what, guys? Congratulations, Ohio State. You won the game. But, hey, if we're going to be on the same team, if we're going to work for the same network, don't do that. Kirk, Chris Fowler, I promise you, if you ever mention anything, any platform that I'm on again and talking about, I wonder what they're going to say in negativity, I promise you, ESPN ain't got enough bosses to keep me off y'all for what I'm going to say. So I'm going to let y'all slide today. I'm going to turn it over to D.O. before I get myself in trouble. But don't play with me. Go ahead, D.O.
Damn.
I got to follow?
Go ahead.
Man. Shoot. Listen, I think that 2 things can be true. Ryan Day's a great coach. It has been proven he's a great coach. It is a results-centric business, and he has one of the most coveted and highest expectation levied jobs in college football. It is one of those rare places, and Coach Day has mentioned this, it's one of those places, it's Ohio State. It is like having a premier NFL job. So I don't think it was that outrageous coming off of the Michigan game to say, hey, he's got to go win the national title to kind of quiet a lot of the noise around. But it's also the reality that he's a great football coach. I think Ryan Day is very aware of what needs to get done to make sure that some of the conversation around him post that Michigan game is a little bit more quiet. I also think what you realize is like, oh, they can win the whole thing. You know, when they show up and they play their best, Ohio State can win the whole thing.
Well, that's the whole point. Because you can win the whole thing, when you lose to Michigan 4 straight years, especially to Sharon Moore. Again, you lose to Jim Harbaugh. That's not bad. That's not good either.
Yeah.
But you certainly don't need to be losing to a protege of his in his first year as the head coach. You can't be losing with a $20 million roster from NIL. You can't be losing when everybody's bragging about you might have the best roster in the nation because you got 11 NFL caliber players who return to your squad. Kirk Herbstreit, Chris Fowler, love you guys. Appreciate you. But let's be real. Let's be real here. And Kirk Herbstreit.
19-point favorite, Stephen A.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Shannon. What you say?
They lost to Michigan as a 19-point favorite at home.
Right. That's right. That's right.
I think
don't act like it's unfair for us to look at Ryan Day and say, yo, man, what you doing? This is I didn't say he doesn't deserve to be a head coach. I didn't say he wasn't a damn good coach. I didn't fail to bring up his 66-10 record.
Right.
What I said was, you're at Ohio State. Kirk Herbstreit, you can't have it both ways, my brother. You can't sit up there and talk about Ohio State, your alma mater, and how special it is, okay? And then want to ignore that like it's just any other job. No, there's a different standard that comes with being at Ohio State.
Yeah.
We get to say that on First Take. Yes, we do.
Yeah. Herbstreit is one of the founding fathers of college football coverage in many ways. You know, he's been a part of the growth of college football.
That don't make him right.
Totally.
And he didn't quote me right. We didn't say First Take thought Ryan Day was done. No, we said if he doesn't win, he should be done. Quote me accurately. That's what I said. I ain't stuttering. But I love you, Kirk.
Okay.
You know I love you.
So we're going to let it slide, like Shannon said. We're going to let it slide this time. We got another round of college football playoff
I'm
games
nicer
coming
than
up.
Shannon on
Shannon's
this subject.
face.
I'm nicer than Shannon.
We're nicer than Shannon.
Shannon, you want to talk about Joe Burrow? No.
We will do that later on as well. But we got the next round of the college football playoff games coming on New Year's Day. We're all looking forward to that.